Have you ever found yourself in a relationship or friendship where no matter how hard you try, something feels off, like you're walking on eggshells, trying to appease someone, or perhaps constantly feeling like your needs and feelings don't quite matter? Well, the truth is, you might be dealing with someone who has narcissistic traits, and more often than not, these signs go unnoticed until it's too late. Narcissists can be incredibly charming and convincing, making it difficult to spot the red flags early on. Today, we're going to dive into the 10 hidden signs of a narcissist you might have been ignoring. And trust me, number 7 will absolutely shock you. These signs are subtle, often disguised as innocent behaviors, but they can have a profound impact on your emotional well-being. By the end of this video, you'll have a clearer understanding of what's happening in your relationships, and most importantly, how to protect yourself from the emotional manipulation that comes with being around a narcissist. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with anyone who might need to hear this. It's time to uncover the truth and stop letting narcissists control the narrative. So, let's begin. It's crucial to remember that narcissism is not just about being selfish or conceited. While those are certainly traits that narcissists might exhibit, it goes much deeper. Narcissistic behavior often manifests in more subtle ways, making it hard to identify until you're deep in a toxic situation. Understanding these signs is key because spotting them early can prevent you from falling deeper into the narcissist's web. 1. The overinflated sense of self-importance. Narcissists often have an exaggerated sense of their own importance. They tend to boast about their achievements, whether real or fabricated, and expect others to recognize and admire them at all times. But here's the twist. They rarely show true humility or interest in others' accomplishments. If someone in your life constantly needs to be the center of attention, while downplaying or even ignoring your achievements, this could be a hidden sign of narcissism. This inflated ego isn't just about being proud of one's accomplishments, it's about an obsession with being superior to others. Narcissists crave validation and admiration, and they expect others to provide it without question. If you find yourself in a relationship where you're always praised for your ability to be selfless, but never received similar recognition, take a step back and evaluate whether you're dealing with narcissistic behavior. 2. The need for constant admiration. While everyone enjoys a little recognition from time to time, narcissists take this need to an extreme. They crave admiration from others to the point where it becomes unhealthy. It's as though their entire self-worth hinges on how others perceive them in relationships, whether personal or professional. They are constantly seeking validation. If you don't give them the attention they feel they deserve, they may resort to manipulation to get it. You may notice they fish for compliments, downplay any praise you give them to make it seem insufficient, or even criticize you for not showing enough appreciation. If you are always walking on eggshells, trying to make them feel better, it's a sign that their emotional needs are dominating the relationship. 3. A lack of empathy. This is one of the most important signs of a narcissist. Narcissists struggle to empathize with others. They are often indifferent to your feelings and are incapable of seeing things from your perspective. They might listen to your concerns, but instead of offering understanding or support, they'll turn the conversation back to themselves. It's as though they don't fully recognize your emotions, or they dismiss them as unimportant. In conversations, you might notice that a narcissist rarely asks how you're doing or shows any genuine interest in your well-being. Instead, they tend to shift the spotlight back to their own experiences. In the worst cases, they may use your vulnerabilities against you, making you feel even more isolated. 4. Gaslighting and manipulation. Narcissists are masters of manipulation, and one of their favorite tactics is gaslighting. This involves making you question your own reality and perceptions. They will twist situations, deny facts, and create confusion, leaving you feeling like you're going crazy. They might even accuse you of overreacting or being too sensitive when you confront them about their behavior. If you've ever experienced a situation where you know something happened, but the narcissist convinces you otherwise, you've likely encountered gaslighting. It can be subtle at first, but over time it can erode your sense of self and make you more dependent on their version of reality. 5. The blame game. A narcissist will never take responsibility for their mistakes. Instead, they'll project blame onto others. If something goes wrong, it's always someone else's fault, and they'll make sure you know it. You may find yourself in a relationship where you're constantly apologizing, even when you haven't done anything wrong. Narcissists rarely accept accountability for their actions and will manipulate others into taking the fall. If your conversations often end with you feeling like you're the problem, even when you haven't done anything wrong, this is a clear indication of narcissistic behavior. 6. The charm that hides the truth. At the beginning of a relationship, narcissists can be incredibly charming. They know how to turn on the charm and make you feel like you're the most important person in the world. They shower you with attention, compliments, and gifts. However, this is not genuine love. It's a strategy to win you over and make you dependent on them. Once they have you hooked, the charm fades away and their true nature begins to emerge. The love bombing phase is often followed by emotional manipulation, control, and a sense of entitlement. Narcissists use charm as a tool to control their victims, making it hard for you to see the red flags until it's too late. 7. The smoke screen of perfection. Narcissists often project an image of perfection, making it hard to see the flaws beneath the surface. They might portray themselves as flawless in every aspect of their life, from their career to their personal relationships. However, this is usually a carefully constructed facade meant to hide their deep insecurities. Underneath the perfect exterior lies a person who is constantly seeking approval and validation, and this need for perfection can make life with a narcissist emotionally exhausting. You may feel like you're never enough, as their expectations are constantly shifting. But the truth is, no one can maintain the level of perfection they display without immense effort and emotional toll. 8. The fear of being exposed. While narcissists love the spotlight, they also have a deep fear of being exposed for who they truly are. They work hard to maintain a perfect image, but any threat to this image, whether it's criticism or truth-telling, is met with defensiveness and hostility. If you ever challenge a narcissist on their behavior, they may react with rage or become passive-aggressive, as they cannot handle being seen as less than perfect. This fear of exposure often leads them to isolate themselves from people who might challenge their narrative. They will surround themselves with people who either praise them or are too intimidated to speak the truth. 9. The entitlement mentality. Narcissists believe they are entitled to special treatment. They often expect others to cater to their needs without question and may react negatively if they don't get what they want. Whether it's expecting you to drop everything for them or believing they deserve more respect than others, narcissists operate with an inflated sense of entitlement. In relationships, this can look like constantly asking for favors, ignoring boundaries, and acting as though their time and energy are more valuable than yours. If you feel like your needs are constantly overlooked, it's likely a narcissist is at play. 10. The inability to handle criticism. Finally, narcissists cannot handle criticism, constructive or otherwise. Any form of feedback is perceived as a personal attack. If you dare to critique their behavior or offer suggestions, they will retaliate with defensiveness, anger, or guilt-tripping. This inability to handle criticism stems from their fragile self-esteem, and any challenge to their superiority is seen as a threat. You might notice They deflect criticism by turning it back on you, making you feel guilty for even speaking up. This cycle of emotional manipulation is designed to make you feel small and incapable of standing up for yourself. So, there you have it. 10 hidden signs of a narcissist that you may have been ignoring. Narcissists can be incredibly manipulative, and their behavior can take a toll on your emotional well-being. But now that you know the signs, you can start protecting yourself and your boundaries. If you found this information helpful, make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video. We want to hear your thoughts and experiences, so don't forget to leave a comment below. Thanks for watching, and remember, it's okay to put yourself first.